Good morning. Oh, good morning, Tabby. Good morning, Michelle. I'm just going to wait a few more minutes to see if anybody else is going to hop on. I know this is an unexpected live video, but I woke up with some new realizations I wanted to share with everybody. Okay. Good morning. I know whoever doesn't show up for this morning's meeting, I know it's fairly early over on the Pacific coast, that they'll catch it later, but we'll give them just a few more minutes and then I'll just get started. Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and just get started. Whoever joins later can always re-watch it on my news feed. As I said, this was a moment's decision. So people didn't rearrange their schedules, of course, at the last minute's notice. Anyways, so I woke up this morning and my mornings are my favorite time because when I wake up, my mind is so clear that these realizations just kind of dawn on me that connect so many dots. And it's usually about what I have gone over and been talking about for the week. So I know that I did a weekly astrology forecast session last week in regards to kind of where our planetary alignments are right now currently. And then yesterday I did a good morning, Anna. Thank you for joining us. And yesterday I was talking about Saturn, our root chakra, and breaking through our fears. And I even did a blog on it. So if you haven't read the blog, please go and read it. It's on my website. I do believe the link is in our page, our breakthrough page. Well, when I woke up this morning, I was really thinking about our monkey mind. I was thinking about our root chakra. I was thinking about Mars and what's happening in our life today. And this is global, not just in America. And so when we were talking about Saturn, he's in a very specific nakshatra right now. And he's retrograde, and retrograde means we're going to revisit something. We're going to relook at something, okay? And the nakshatra that he's in is in regards to our personal defenses being broken down, and our personalities are actually going to be shaken, which means we're going to look at really who we are and how we're basing our life. Good morning, Jessica. Thank you for joining. And who we are and what is our values? What have we been standing on? Are they actually true? Can they stand the test of time? So we're looking at our old values and our support system crumbling down. And what this looks like. Good morning, Mariella Krohn. Thank you for joining. And what this, I'm right now, I'm going over Saturn just for those who have just joined. I'm going over Saturn and what he looks like right now in our chart. Okay. Good morning, Matthias. So nice to see you. So Saturn right now is in that energy of relooking at what our old value systems are. Do they work for us anymore? Now, remember, I do sidereal astrology, not tropical, but this works, you guys, for both systems, all right? Saturn is Saturn, and the placement of Saturn in tropical versus sidereal, they may not be at the same degree and or sometimes not even in the same sign, but it holds, the energy holds true because I work with the energies from the fixed stars, not the zodiac signs. Okay. So Saturn is in this particular fixed star, this particular degree, that we're going to be relooking at our social structures and how they are being ran, how they are the corruption that is in them. Because again, we got Saturn retrograde. We're going to relook at these, and what he's asking for us to do is whatever doesn't work anymore, to get rid of it, break that contract. All right. That's something else that you guys need to know. When Saturn goes retrograde, is such a good time for you to relook and revisit at any long-term contracts and ask yourself if that works, or do you need to change something? This is the universe giving you permission to do that, right? And then, of course, don't make a new contract and don't break it until Saturn goes direct. But this is a time for you to revisit those. But you can tell in our society, all the corruption and that our government system is crumbling down. People are done with it. We're wanting something new now because we can't continue to go on. So it's triggering survival mode in each and every one of us. When things change, how is it triggering that survival mode within you, right? How are, what kind of triggers and where are you feeling that fear come into your life? Some of us is money, because we depend upon the government for our food, for our social security, maybe, right? For our disability checks. So this may actually really hurt some people's finances. Again, people are becoming unemployed. Again, our root chakra, poverty, because we were depending upon somebody else. We had contracts with somebody else. We weren't completely independent. We were depending upon somebody else, and Saturn doesn't want us doing that. Saturn wants us to be of independence, an independent thought. We will find security within ourselves, not on the outside of ourselves. Now, let's go a little bit further because this survival mode is going to trigger our monkey brain, okay? And one of the biggest triggers right now for our monkey brain, I am going right into Mars. Mars is in a very specific nakshatra, a very specific star that is going to manifest out as our basic urges in an outward expression. So Mars' basic need is our survival. It's our food. It's our money. It's our way of living, right? Now, here's something else that's significant about Mars. Mars is a male energy planet, okay? Now, we all have this in our chart. Male energy, in order for it to be healthy with a high testosterone, it needs to be a listener. It shouldn't be doing the talking. When Mars starts talking, testosterone lowers, estrogen rises, and we go into this anger energy where we start talking mad. Violence happens when this occurs. So Mars in this particular nakshatra should be listening and not talking. And we can see out in society, because people, root chakra, their survival mode is being triggered. So this triggers fear. Mars is angry and it's causing violence in our society. But maybe we're triggered. How is it triggering us? Right? Are we angry in our partnership and how it's going? And so we're going to speak angry out to our partners, or, maybe it has a third house theme, or maybe an eighth house theme. Really depends on what house it is in your chart, but but wherever it's at in your chart, look to see where you may be outwardly expressing anger when it's time for you to maybe go inward and do the changes within you. And it can really put you into an empowerment mode. Once you take control of that energy in your life, you would see how empowered you are. So if Venus was in this particular nakshatra, and I'll say it's Ravati nakshatra, if Venus was here, Venus would be able to express herself outward in a really, really good way. This is why Venus is exalted in Pisces, by the way. Female energy is about expressing. It's about talking out our emotions, right? When we are talking, we are really building up our estrogen in our life. And it's a sign of nurturing, being cared for, we're being listened to. What are the one things that women love in a relationship, you guys? They love to be listened to. Men's roles, or a male energy, if you will, role in a relationship, if we're playing the male role in it, because it really don't take your gender, male gender, female gender. I'm talking about the energies, okay? But when we're taking a male energy into the relationship, we're listening. Because when we listen to somebody, we're penetrating them. Men, that male energy penetrates. Female energy receives. So that's why Venus does so well in Pisces. But this is why Mars can be extremely angry in this particular fixed star of Ravati. Because Ravati is asking for Mars to be the listener, or Mars should be listening, but Mars is taking on that female energy and wanting to express. And when that happens, that's what triggers the anger. So look at this trigger in your own life. How is this triggering you? Now, also, what I think is really significant is Uranus. And I didn't bring up Uranus in my weekly forecast chart. Uranus is in a very particular nakshatra that is about social leadership. And it's a Bharani nakshatra that is ruled or associated with the female planet of Venus. This is a year. Uranus is all about change, okay? This is the year where we're going to see female leadership come out. So we're looking at a whole different dynamic in our government. This is global, by the way, but we're looking at a different dynamic globally in our government leadership, and who's leading our society and the social groups. Uranus is bringing in that change. And it's going to be unexpected. It's going to be shocked, because that's what Uranus does. He goes in like an earthquake. This is the changes we're going to be making, but it's pretty dramatic. Now, also what's significant about Bharani, where Uranus is sitting, is that it's also associated with Kali, or Yama, god of death. So what this means is that we are birthing a new change. So yeah, it's not pleasant. Yeah, it's going to make us uncomfortable. And you better believe it's going to hit our root chakra, you guys. All right. It's going to make us fear that change. And because we all fear change, come on, let's admit it. We like to be in our comfort zones, but Uranus is telling us, no, it's not going to happen anymore. The old way is dying. Yama, the god of death, it's dying, it's over. We're birthing something brand new. Now, where Rahu is sitting at, which is a particular nakshatra called Mrigashira, and this is all about Soma, the elixir drink. And I know that I mentioned that a medicine is going to be found for the coronavirus, you guys. Yes, but even on a better level for us personally, what we're looking at globally and in a society is that elixir of healing for us. We're tired of the separation. We're tired of being ran by egotistical people. We are tired of being hurt and damaged by society's old values and old rules. We're ready for a healing. And I have to say, it's that female energy that comes in that is so healing. Mars is not healing, but Moon is healing. Venus is healing. Okay, that's why I really think that our social leadership is really going to bring in a lot of female energy, because we as a society in this whole world need that healing to happen for us. So yes, as I was saying before, that we will be looking at medicines coming about to heal the coronavirus. But even more so, I think is more significant is that whoever is going to come into leadership is going to bring in the healing for our societies that we need. So what are you personally in your life looking for that's going to heal your Saturn? That's going to be that healing balm personally for you. So now that we're taking it out of society, moving it into your personal life, where is Rahu at in your chart specifically? Because that's where this energy is going to trigger the healing that you want in your life. So just to let you know, my Rahu is in my 10th house. Transiting my 10th house, excuse me. My Rahu is transiting my 10th house. Healing, I'm finding my healing balm in running my own business, being independent in my own business, doing things my way. I am in here, I am live, I am speaking my truth. This is where I'm finding that healing balm. So while I'm helping others, I'm also helping myself. How beautiful is that? So look at your chart. See where the Rahu is transiting in your chart. That's where you're going to find that elixir and that healing in your life. Look at Uranus. Where is Uranus at, particularly in your chart, right? That's where you're going to be, your world's going to be rocked and completely changed in your chart for your life going forward, not just the social. I'm talking about personal. So just to give you another idea, that Uranus in my chart is my 8th house. And let me tell you what, I needed my 8th house to be rocked. It needed to be torn apart. That earthquake needed to happen. So I know that when I am getting into partnerships now in my life, whether it be personal or whether it be business, that change is going to happen for me. That is going to be more meaningful, more valuable. So it's not going to be that same way anymore, where it's draining for me, where it's just not quite working out, and I'm becoming, it's unfulfilling. It's going to take on a more of that healing change in my life that I needed. So just kind of, look at your chart, see where Uranus is at, see where Rahu is. Where's Mars? Where's Mars at in your chart? Because that leads to Uranus. Right now, Mars is catching up with Uranus, and it's going to be doing some retrograde action. So we're going to see some dancing with Mars. And I'm not saying it's going to be as easy, but I'm letting you guys know, don't go extroverted with your Mars. Go inward, because that's where you're going to find your self-empowerment. I promise you guys. You can take this energy and do one of the most massive healings for your root chakra. That means that you have to be willing to just bust right through the fear. All right, whatever fear that you have and that's holding you back in any area of your life, just say it's enough and just push yourself right through. Go inward. Don't let anybody penetrate your thoughts. Okay, your life is not their life. Let them live their life. All right. They're not allowed into your head. They're not allowed into your head. You decide what you believe in. You decide how you want to live, what you value, what is right for you. Don't ever let somebody else tell you what's right for you. All right. They need to focus on them. You focus on you. That's how it works. And when you're focusing on your goals and when you're focusing on yourself, then that's where the true self-empowerment comes into play. You are truly empowered. And you can have people be your support group. Absolutely. But it's you driving your boat. You do what is right for you. And that's what these transits are all about. This is the message I had to share with you guys. When I woke up, I'm thinking, oh my goodness, this is such an important message. But now bringing it back to when you're reading astrology charts, you guys, when you're reading your own astrology. Oh, good morning, Mage. It's good to see you. Welcome. So now when we're reading our own astrology charts, or somebody else's astrology charts, and we're looking at these transits, or maybe this is where their natal planets are placed, or similarly placed at. We can, when Mars is in a female sign, when Mars is in a water sign, we know that if Mars expresses himself outward and not inward, when Mars starts talking, he's going to get angry. That's one of the reasons why Mars doesn't do well in Gemini, in the air sign. What does Gemini want to do? Geminis want to talk. If Mars is talking, Mars is angry. Mars needs to go do something that he's really good at. Okay, so just in our personal life, looking at these planets, where's our Venus, where's our Mars, where's our moon? Female energy wants to express themselves. Female energy needs that expression. It's so healing. Women, we need to talk. Men, if you have a lot of female energy, you need to talk. You need to feel like you're heard, okay? Now, if we're playing a more of a male energy role, all right, especially for us who cancel, what are we doing? We're in a male role. We're listening. So just remember, if you're listening, you're penetrating. That's a male energy. Mars is meant to listen. Jupiter is meant to listen. And so when we're listening to the female energy, we're actually becoming the female's energy hero, right? Because it's very healing. So Mars feels good being that hero. Venus feels really good having herself listened to and appreciated. All right. When you feel that you're getting angry, go cook, go play basketball. I don't care. Go write a book. Whatever you're good at, whatever that is productive for you that you're good at, go do. Go do that very thing. And what happens is male energy is your testosterone, so it will raise that up and balance out Mars. If we have an anger problem or if we're getting angry, our testosterone is lowered. Okay. And I know society thought that that when a man gets angry, oh, there's a lot of testosterone in the realm, but which that's untrue. Men are angry when their testosterone is too low. And it's the same thing with women. Women have testosterone also, right? Because we all have these planets in our chart. If our testosterone is too low and not at a good level, and we don't need as much as men do, by the way, just because the way that our body is created or made, but we need to raise up our testosterone. And also for that female energy, if we're not allowed to express, if we cannot talk about what's on our mind, what our problems are, if we're not being listened to, right? Females go into a more of that survival mode that I'm not loved, I'm not good enough, and I'm unworthy, and they shut down. So a female not talking, not a good thing. We need to talk, right? Or that female energy, if you will, we need to talk. And so what we do at that moment that's very healing is we need to go and we need to talk to a girlfriend. We need to go do something that makes us happy, whether that's going shopping, going to the mall, talking with a girlfriend, something that makes you happy, that makes Venus happy. But when we go into survival mode and we go into that Saturn mode, our reptilian brain, right? It will trigger us going into our monkey mind, and our Mars and Venus isn't going to react well. It's going to go into that conditioning between, again, the ages of 0 to 7. If you read my blog, that we are conditioned from the ages 0 to 7, we're going to react to a situation when our survival mode is triggered, and we're going to play that scenario out exactly how our parents did. And I'm going to get into so much more detail with future videos on exactly how this looks and exactly how we can bring it back into balance. But the most important thing is that we need to know exactly how not to get triggered. Okay. But again, it takes self-awareness and it takes self-discipline not to get into that monkey mind mode, because when we go into the monkey mind mode, whatever your parents did, that's what you're going to do. We do not have any type of empowerment or self-control when we go into monkey mind. Okay. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys. I just thought it was so important, and I didn't get that out in my last week's live video, and I wanted to share that with you guys. So I want to thank you guys all for coming on. If you came in a little bit later, that's okay. You can go back and rewatch the whole video because it will be downloaded, of course, on the Break Through Astrology page. So bless you guys. I love you guys and have a beautiful Tuesday. And I will see you guys for my 1 p.m. Live show. Bye.